Broadcasting from the business capital of the world, this is the Podcast Business News Network.
Welcome to the show. Thea McGaffey joining us here, our owner and educational coach at the Heart of Possibility from Grand Junction, Colorado. Welcome to the show today. How are you?
Thanks, Jill. Thanks for having me. I'm great. I'm excited to be here.
Well, we are excited to have you here, and I know you're a mindset and empowerment coach. First and foremost, tell us how we can contact you. Would you mind sharing the website or any form of contact?
Yeah, absolutely. So you can find me at www.theamcgaffey.com. That's TheaMcgaffey.com. And I'm also on Facebook at the Heart of Possibility and on Instagram at the_heart_of_possibility.
Awesome. Well, I'm excited to get to know you, and I know our listeners are as well. You're working with adults, with children as well. I have a 7 and 9-year-old who could offer some, you could probably offer some help with them, right? You do like this tutoring too. Yeah, this is great. You do so much. Let me start off just by asking you a little bit about yourself. Where you born? Where you from? Tell us a little about your journey, and then we'll get into what you're currently doing and how you're helping so many.
Awesome. So, yeah, I'm from Edmonton, Alberta, Canada, and I was born and raised into a large Catholic family and I grew up going to church. And, when I was in my teenage years, I just knew that the church didn't have all the answers for me. And so I kind of moved away from the church and I went to school in Northern California where I discovered metaphysics and I started getting um, introduced to this whole new life philosophy that absolutely changed my life. It absolutely made me realize that I was responsible for everything that happened in my life. And all of a
Mm-hmm.
sudden, I moved out of that victim consciousness and moved into feeling like a powerful creator. And so it's interesting, but I always feel like I've been able to live with ease and grace. But learning this new life philosophy really helped me figure out, where my difficulties were coming from and how to communicate with others better. And and I really wanted to learn how to share this philosophy with others, but I didn't know how. And I wasn't
Mm-hmm.
educated in metaphysics. And so 20 years later, I'm a school teacher and
Wow.
I'd been, yeah, right. So I'd been receiving these notes from the universe from Mike Dooley, and
Ooh,
he presented this conference, and it was the Infinite Possibilities Train the Trainer conference.
okay.
And it was supposed to be in Costa Rica, and it was in April of 2020. Well, we all know what happened in 2020. So
Uh,
the in-person conference got canceled, and I was very disappointed. But as I usually do, I turned lemons into lemonade, and I attended the conference virtually. And they did an amazing job and they trained me in how to share this life philosophy with others. And so I it was amazing. It felt like my calling and I knew that I was meant to do more. And so now it's been 4 years since then. And I have since left school teaching to start my business. And so I absolutely was presented with another challenge. My school shut down actually
oh
last
my
year due to
goodness.
yeah, due to declining enrollment. And I was teaching middle school math and science, and it just felt like the universe was sending me a message and I needed to heed the call. And it was time, it was my time. And so I've been substitute teaching, and then I started my math tutoring business, but I'm also launching this mindset and empowerment workshop business. And it's been absolutely incredible. It's been an incredible journey. And I can't even believe how much my life has changed in the last year. So that's where I'm at right now.
Well, thank you for being here. This is awesome. And someone out there, you can do whatever you want to do. Maybe you're ready to change that narrative, change that story, but you don't know how to get there. And it's not easy, but you can help them with your mindset workshops, your courses, your coaching, and so much more. So we are excited to have you here and continue talking a little bit about, the types of products and services you provide. So I know, for example, clearly the mindset coaching's really big, right?
Absolutely. Yeah,
And
absolutely.
could you share how that works? And you mentioned working with kids too.
Right. This program that I teach is called Infinite Possibilities: Change Your Life with the Science of Change. And that's the adult program. And the kid program is called I Believe in Me. And so I'm setting up a summer session to offer to kids here in the community.
Aw.
And I've been working on getting that course accepted by our local school district. So it's absolutely amazing. Being in the classroom for so long, I really saw a need for kids to believe in themselves. And so so as a math tutor, because I love teaching, as a math tutor, I weave in the mindset coaching with kids and help them understand that if they believe in their ability
Wow.
to be good at math, they can all be excellent mathematicians. And again, I weave in the brain science behind that as well. But with adults, what I do are workshops, and I'm available virtually or in person. And the workshops are 6 hours. I usually do them in 2 hour sessions, but I can do them in 1 hour a piece. I can do them once a month. I can do them once a week. I can also, do conferences and things like that, and offer the material in 1 or 2 days.
Awesome.
And so what happens is that people can book me in person, or I have ongoing sessions virtually. And so people can definitely check out my website for my upcoming workshop. And then it doesn't matter where you are in the world. It's an interactive workshop where you get a workbook and you do a really deep dive and a self-analysis into your thoughts and your
Wow.
beliefs and your emotions. And then I give you techniques on how to take action. And we talk about life's magic. And so, really, I've taken this Infinite Possibilities program that Mike Dooley trained me in, and I've turned it into my own because I am a science teacher and I'm very connected with energy and all things energetic. And so, I've really leaned into the science behind this. And so, that's where I'm at right now.
Oh my goodness. And I know you want to talk a little bit about how thoughts become things, right? So we got to know who you are, what you do. We're excited you're here, and explain this concept of that. Thoughts become things.
Yeah. So have you heard of manifesting?
Yes, I have, but I get so confused, to be honest with you.
Okay, so there's science behind manifesting, right? So like when you say thoughts become things, you're actually creating your life in every single moment. And really, this moment is all that there is. And so if you're choosing to live in the past, you're bringing the past into this moment and you're living in the pain of the past. If you're choosing to worry about the future, you're bringing the future into this present moment, and the future doesn't exist yet. And so you're worrying about things that probably won't even happen. And so when I say thoughts become things, it's like what you choose to focus on, you attract into your life and you become more of what you are. So truly, when you're manifesting the things of your life, you are inviting in the things that you're thinking about. And so I teach about the fact that positive thoughts are 10,000 times more powerful than negative thoughts. And we have 60,000 thoughts every single day. And so you just
Wow.
have to think, like, how much power do you have inside your mind in
Wow.
choosing what to think about? And so I also talk about raising your vibration, because really this is, again, getting into the science and the energy behind it.
Mm-hmm.
So your thoughts are interacting with your body. And so what I do is I teach about the heart's electromagnetic field, which extends outward from your body about 3 feet, and it can be measured with instruments. It's really, really amazing. And what happens is when you are thinking positive thoughts, you're actually radiating farther out of your body than when you're thinking negative thoughts. And so you can think that you're very contracted when your thoughts are negative. And so your energy field is actually responding to the thoughts that you have. And so when you have positive thoughts and you are choosing to live in that space of positivity, your energetic field expands and it interacts
Mm-hmm.
with other people's energetic fields. And so, you might call it your intuition, but like if you walk into a room and you just feel amazing, like that there's just beautiful people around you, that is your intuition. That's your heart's electromagnetic field energetically interacting with the people around you. And it's a really amazing thing. And then you also think about the alternative of when you're in a bad place,
Yep.
you feel very alone. You feel very contracted. You feel like you don't know what to do. You don't have the answers, and you get stuck in these negative thought spirals. And so I definitely have people analyze the thoughts that they've been thinking. Have they been positive? Have they been negative? And then I teach them how to shift those thoughts, and that your brain is very plastic, and you can actually change your belief system, which kind of leads me into the next topic.
Ooh, interesting. What's the next topic? This is
So,
good.
right. So the next topic is that your brain makes associations.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. And so from the time that we were in the womb, we have subconscious programming that is starting. And so when people have a lot of trauma in their life, they've literally been programmed into that life of trauma. And so what's happening is that, their brain has subconscious programming that they feel like they don't have control over,
Mm-hmm.
and they end up responding to their world from that place of trauma because that's what they know. But what's really powerful is that our world is full of stimulus and response, right? And
So
so we
true.
can actually change our subconscious programming by changing the stimuli that we have in our lives, and then the responses become different. So there's science behind the ability to change your thoughts and then therefore change your beliefs. And when I'm talking about the brain and its associations, we've got two major parts of the brain. We've got the fast brain and we've got the slow brain. So you may have heard of the reptilian brain. That would be our fast brain. That's our fight or flight brain. That's the brain that makes connections immediately, tells us whether or not we're safe, or whether or not we should run, whether we should stay and fight. And what that does is it activates your body into a fight or flight mode. And when people are living in a state of stress and trauma, they're living in that reptilian brain. What they're not able to do is move into the slow brain, which is the forefront, right? Your frontal lobe, and your
Mm-hmm.
ability to make conscious thought, to make conscious decisions, to make wise decisions. And so, truly, it's all about being in your wise mind and figuring out ways to get out of the negative thought spirals. Really analyze your belief system. What do you believe in? Do you believe that you're not able to lose weight? Do you believe that you are not beautiful? Do you believe that you're stuck in a job where you're not happy? Do you believe that you can't find the love of your life, that they're not out there? And those are belief systems that
Wow.
oftentimes come from places in our youth, and from places of trauma. And as humans, unfortunately, we tend to want to stay in our negative thought patterns. And oftentimes people feel very stuck and they don't know how to get out. And
Ooh.
so that's right. So that's where some of these techniques, the self-analysis, right? The really starting to take a look at, what do I think every day? What am I saying about myself in my mind? What do I truly believe about the world and about what I can or cannot achieve in this lifetime?
Wow. Thank you. So insightful. We have to, wow, that's amazing. Remind everyone how we can contact you here if you don't mind.
Yes. So www.theamcgaffey.com.
Mm-hmm.
And then on Facebook at The Heart of Possibility, and Instagram at The Heart of Possibility with an underscore in between each word.
Perfect. Do you have an upcoming workshop this month?
I do, yes. So there's one starting April 6th,
Okay.
and it goes for 3 Saturday mornings, for 2 hours each. And then again, people can always check my website. They can sign up for updates and emails for tidbits about life. But I will always have an upcoming workshop, and people can always book one themselves as well by contacting me directly, which they
Awesome.
can also, they can also do that by emailing me at info@theamcgaffey.com. But that's the easiest way to get in touch with me is through the website.
Beautiful. And I just want to read here one of the testimonials that I read about the McGaffey's Infinite Possibilities training. This person writes they were intrigued, Maria is her name, to dive deeper into how my thoughts create and shape my reality. It was a curious journey of self-discovery. The workshop made me realize what limiting beliefs and negative thoughts were holding me back, as well as formulate what I really wanted for my future. Thea's delivery was engaging and enthusiastic. She provided many helpful examples and shared authentic experiences and discoveries she'd made on this journey herself. I felt that Thea was living the Chinese proverb printed on the last page of the Infinite Possibilities workbook. If you want happiness for an hour, take a nap. If you want happiness for a day, go fishing. If you want happiness for a year, inherit a fortune. If you want happiness for a lifetime, help somebody. Thea was able to help me change some of my beliefs about myself, my work, my overall happiness to become a much more positive person. So Maria recommends this training to anyone who wants to leave limiting beliefs behind and have deeper understanding of their true self. And there's a whole bunch of more testimonials here on the site, which I urge everyone to go to again, TheamCgaffey.com. And we're here talking to Thea about the heart of possibility and her mindset coaching. And we're also going to talk about math tutoring as well. What else did you want to add to the mind first before we continue?
So, one of the most amazing books that I've read recently is called The Biology of Belief by Bruce Lipton. And it's very science-based. It talks a lot about the cellular structure, but I want to bring that back to the heart's electromagnetic field and your brain, right? So most people think that their mind resides in their brain.
Okay.
But really truly your brain is just a mass of neurons that are sending around electrical impulses. And so when it really comes down to it, you have to think about the connection that we all have to the quantum field around us, right? Atomic structure and vibration and energy is in absolutely everything. And so when you start thinking about that, you start wondering, like, where do my thoughts come from? Where did they reside? And so this whole journey into consciousness is is pretty trippy, because really the mind does not exist inside the brain. The brain is just
Mm-hmm.
electrical impulses. And so I do a heart meditation with my clients, and I teach them about heart and brain coherence, right? And so it's like your heart
Ah,
communicates with your brain more than your brain communicates with your heart. So if you really truly think about your heart connecting with your mind, that is when you're in wise mind. That is when you are connecting to your intuition. And when you take a moment to meditate and to go into a quiet space, you can send prayers up into the universe, and you can find the answers when you listen.
wow.
Like you just need to listen. And so finding your place into wise mind is an incredible journey, and it helps you make decisions. And truly, it's about going into your heart space and connecting with the electrical impulses that are going between your brain and your heart. And so it is absolutely not just your mind. When people think that they can figure things out, they go into spirals, and they spiral, and they think and they think, and it's oftentimes when they need to touch and tap into their intuition. And that's that heart energy. That's the electromagnetic field. And then you can, and energy is infinite, and you can send it out to people that aren't even in your presence, right? Like, have you ever felt someone's presence in your life when they weren't actually around
Yep.
you?
Mm-hmm.
Right. And so people can be thinking about you, and you can have a sense of them. So absolutely, energetics is incredible. And there's this whole new field of epigenetics, which is what the
Ooh.
biology of belief book is about. And it's about how truly your cells respond more to the environment that you bathe them in than to your genetic code.
Ah,
And that is mind blowing, because if you truly think that your genetic code is predetermining you to disease or certain things, then that's a belief that you have. And your belief carries energetics. And your cells,
Interesting.
yeah.
You're
And
teaching
so
me
your
so much. This is great, Thea.
it's pretty amazing. And your cells
It is.
have their own intelligence. Like, you have to really truly think that we are a community of trillions of cells, and that there is intelligence in every single cell. And it is really amazing. Like, every single cell has a digestive system and a respiratory system and an excretory system and a brain, right? Like, so it's amazing, because it's actually, the book talks about how the brain of the cell is more the cell membrane, the membrane that's either letting stuff in or excreting stuff out, than the DNA. Like, the cell can survive without the nucleus, without the DNA, without your genetic code, but it cannot survive without the cell membrane. So the cell membrane is what is allowing the energetic information in or out. And so, truly, you've probably heard of people curing themselves from cancer. There's
Yeah.
energetic, right? There's energetic medicine that they do with kidney stones, right? They actually vibrate the kidney stones to disintegrate them so that you can pass them. So energy medicine is real. Vibrational medicine is absolutely real. And the medical community is only just beginning to tap into this. And so alternative medicine has been doing this for a long time, but the food that you eat has energetics. And so truly, it's about holistic health and the ability to communicate with your cells in ways that are going to be more healthy, and reducing your levels of cortisol and increasing the happy hormones that get released when you do meditation. And there's scientific evidence behind all of this, and it's absolutely incredible. And the more that I live it and feel it, the more passionate I become. And I just love sharing this information, and I love talking about it. And I love working with kids and still teaching math. So
Oh my goodness. I
yeah.
love this. Thank you so much for sharing all this. So we still have 4 minutes left in the show, so I don't want to cut you off. What else did you want to make sure we establish for today? Wow.
So, what you said during the intro is so important, right? Is like the personal narrative that people have about their lives. And I really feel like so many people want to change the story that they're telling. They want to change the story that they're living. And it's possible. It is possible. And if you truly start understanding that you are energetically connected to the quantum field around you, then truly the possibilities are infinite, because manifesting is bringing the quantum field into your physical reality. And
Mm-hmm.
so the more that you allow yourself to energetically feel your own self, right? To not live in fear, because that fear is going to keep you in that reptilian brain and out of your conscious, wise mind. The more you choose to tap into that energy, the more you're going to start seeing magic appear in your life on
Ooh.
a daily basis. You start to have serendipities and coincidences that aren't actually coincidences at all. You run into people that you were just thinking about. You think about somebody and the phone rings and they call. You start visualizing the life of your dreams, and you start taking action toward those dreams, and all of a sudden those dreams are starting to take shape in your life.
Ooh. Well, thank you
Yeah,
for sharing all this. Now, okay, this is great stuff, Thea. How do we get in touch with you? Would you mind sharing again the best forms of
not at all.
contact? And wow, we got to allow yourself, as you say, to remain connected to the energy around us and go after the thing that you've always wanted.
Absolutely. Yep. So you can find me on the web at www.theamcgaffey.com. You can find me on Facebook at The Heart of Possibility, and also on Instagram at The Heart of Possibility with an underscore between each word. You may also email me at info@theamcgaffey.com. You can sign up for updates on my upcoming workshops and subscribe for tidbits about life. And so I send out heart meditations. I send out tidbits about what I'm going through. I have a blog. I am not immune to going into dark places, and that's the thing, is that this is a life philosophy. It is not an end all be all fix it for your life, but it does give you actual science-based techniques that work, that you can implement immediately. And with this workbook that I offer with the workshop, I offer a digital version of it that you can use over and over and over again as your life changes, as you want to reanalyze where you're at in your life, and if you have a new dream and you want to start reaching for something new. So it's really an incredible opportunity for people to do some self-analysis and do a deep dive and really start taking back their power and realizing that they are the creators of the story and that they can change the story that they've been telling themselves.
Awesome. Well, thank you so much. We can change that narrative. Reach out, Thea, one more time. How could we find you? I know the website. I can mention that. And
Yep.
it's your name, Thea McGaffey. So that's spelled TheaMcGaffey.com. What is social media pages again? How do we find you there?
The Heart of Possibility on
Mhm.
Facebook, and _heart_of_possibility at Instagram.
Perfect. Thank you so much. Excited to be here with you today. And thank you for this pick-me-up today. I needed it.
I'm happy to share.
Thank you.
Always.
Have a great day. The Heart of Possibility. All right. Thank you again, Thea. We'll talk soon, I hope. Okay.
Thank you, Jill. Have a great day.
You too. Bye-bye.
Are you looking for even more of the podcasts and hosts that you love? The Podcast Business News Network is proud to announce that you now have even more ways to listen live. Check out the MyTuner Radio, online radio box, and Simple Radio apps on iOS and Android, or find us online. Search for Business News Network on mytuner-radio.com, or search Podcast Business News Network on streama.com and onlineradiobox.com/US. Take your podcast on the go and don't miss a minute of the action.
Broadcasting from the business capital of the world, this is the Podcast Business News Network.
For nearly 2,000 severely injured veterans, everyday life has become filled with barriers.
Day-to-day simple tasks can become pretty daunting.
I have to carry my chair up 2 flights of steps or have somebody do it for me.
What scares me the most is just the falling.
When I'm struggling with my house, I think, to have that one great barrier just knocked down, it's crucial.
Home for Our Troops is a wonderful nonprofit that builds a
mortgage-free, fully adaptive, handicap-accessible house. And there's no catch.
It'll be our very first home that we've ever owned. This is a game changer.
This is where your life begins again.
We need you to join us in completing this important mission. Please visit hfotusa.org and help build homes and rebuild lives.
Because of you, everything's going to be okay.